Hello and welcome to this last edition of Roadside Republic. Finally, the long marathon election process is over. The highest ever turnout in the history of the country for the largest ever democratic electoral exercise in the world ever. Roadside Republic has completed 100 days and over 34,000 kilometers. And during all these days, we have brought to you the aspirations of the politicians and as well as a billion people. The last phase of polls included 41 odd seats, and in these seats, the most crucial was Varanasi. Perhaps it was called even the epicenter of election 2014. The battle for Varanasi was almost warlike. It was acrimonious and it had leaders and their followers sniping at each other. There were aggressive poll pitches, 3 prominent road shows, top leaders descending on Varanasi to get the vote of the people, perhaps even to improve their margins. And even on the last day of polling, it was a tremendous amount of acrimony, there were controversies, and the leaders did not give anyone a respite.
The world's largest election ended, but the bitterness did not. In Varanasi, the most high-profile battle of this election, history repeated itself. This time, Congress in the dock with its candidate Ajay Rai wearing his party symbol the hand while standing in the voting queue. Promptly, BJP invoked the FIR against Narendra Modi.
We would like the Election Commission to ensure that when there is a violation of the Model Code of Conduct, it must be properly taken to the logical conclusion, so that there is no impression that different parties are being treated differently.
Ajay Rai says his case was different from Mr. Modi's.
मैंने जानबूझकर मैंने कोई हाथ में लेकर नहीं दिखाया या मैंने सर पर बांध के दिखाया, बस एक रूटीन वे में जो जिस तरीके से लगा रहता है उसी तरह से सिंबल लगा हुआ है.
Nevertheless, the Election Commission ordered an FIR against Rai, the same action that Modi faced in Gandhinagar. Ironically, Varanasi's sitting BJP MP, who was evicted from his seat to make way for the BJP's prime ministerial candidate, appeared to defend Modi's Congress rival. Mr. Joshi perhaps simply paying off an old debt. In 2009, Ajay Rai, who contested on an SP ticket, transferred his votes to the BJP veteran to counter BSP nominee and mafia don Mukhtar Ansari. Then MM Joshi managed to scrape through with his help. This time Mr. Rai faces a tough contest despite pitching himself as the insider. And in the bitter battle for the holy city with prestige at stake, appeals continued virtually till the last minute. Reports emerged that various politicians were still lobbying hard with religious clerics despite campaign officially ending on Saturday.
मौलाना की मैं बैठा थे तो
कौन से मौलाना जी के साथ आप बैठे?
मौलाना अब्दुल बातिन साहब जो चीफ मुफ्ती हैं बनारस के
जी,
तो उनके पास दिग्विजय सिंह का भी टेलीफोन आया, दुआ के लिए अपील की, वो खास तौर से अजय राय के लिए कर रहे थे बात.
On Sunday, Shehre Mufti Maulana Abdul Batin, an influential cleric, told the media that Muslims should ensure there is no division of votes, but he did so without openly endorsing any party. Last night, the Mufti Board of Varanasi issued a written appeal asking voters to support Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal. As the day progressed, the Election Commission battled a series of complaints. BJP objected to these stickers of Akhilesh and Mulayam on laptops in polling booths. Congress complained about Narendra Modi's speech, asking voters to turn up in large numbers. And the Aam Aadmi Party claimed its polling agents were refused entry into polling booths. But in the end, it was the zest for vote that won. These Mohalla debates are testimony that Varanasi has become the political capital of 2014 after months of aggressive, high-decibel, vitriolic campaign. A 110-year-old voter came with a pledge to vote till he dies.
जब तक जिंदा रहेंगे, वोट आता रहेगा तो देते रहेंगे.
And Banaras's homegrown poets walked to the polling booth with a poem dipped in satire.
कि एक रहे जग जीवन राम,
एक रहे जगजीवन राम और केसरी सीताराम, नरेश राम और कांसी राम। राजनीति में मैंने देखा आए गए हैं कितने राम। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम। रटते रटते जय श्री राम, मिला देश का इन्हें लगाम। बन बैठे हाकिम हुक्काम, कहाँ अयोध्या कहाँ है राम। तो दिन में नाम राम का लेते, रात में लेते 200 ग्राम। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम।
The marathon mandate building exercise is over. 16th of May may be Narendra Modi, Rahul Gandhi, NDA or UPA's day. But the last 35 days belong to the Indian voters who have overcome poverty, hunger, discrimination, intolerance and indifference to eventually vote. Befittingly, the exercise has come to an end at Varanasi, the land of salvation. There will be a government after the 16th which may deliver or disappoint. But the voters, driven by the Gita, Karmanye Vadika Raste, Ma Phaleshu Kadachana, have done their duty. In Varanasi with Rajesh Gupta, Rahul Srivastava for NDTV. Election 2014 has been unprecedented in many ways. One, certainly this time around that voter turnout 66%, beating the 1984 verdict of 64%. Eventually, Roadside Republic has found that this entire election has more been a tribute to the voter of India. Voter of India who have voted 66% this time, but 34% stayed away. There is a bit of a cynicism in it. Cynicism that what do they get out of this vote? But there are people, crores of them across the country. And we visited one of those villages where people have only one right, the right to vote. In Varanasi, 4 aggressive quests for votes drew crowds, but perhaps missed a Varanasi with struggles as ancient as the oldest living city. 26 kilometers out of Varanasi, in Raitara village, there exists a social north-south divide. Past the upper caste settlements, with tractors resting after the harvest, a local favorite, a mobile music system ready to liven up a wedding procession, lies the Dakhin Tola or South Colony, home to the discriminated, untouchable Musaharis who live at the bottom of Uttar Pradesh's social ladder. In 2006, Devnath named his grandson after UP's champion of the oppressed. 8 years later, Mulayam, the grandson, is crippled waist down.
पेट से पैदा हुआ तो कुछ दिन ठीक रहा, जब खाने के पीने के दूध वगैरह नहीं मिला, इसलिए समझ ले कि खाने कमजोरी हो गया तो वह विकलांग हो गया.
Devnath's family now collects leaves for pattals or works in the fields of the upper caste and lives with constant discrimination.
हम लोग बिगड़ी घर साहे
हैंडपंप जो है,
हाँ बिगड़ी घर साहे प्रधान के दौड़ दौड़ गई तो प्रधान अइबा ना कैलन बनवा बदे.
The neighbor in the adjacent hut emulated Devnath. The newborn daughter was named Mayawati. She too was weak and faced disabilities, but then recovered miraculously. Mayawati is 8 now, but is still in class 1. She finds it difficult to read.
हाथी जी ने ठानी है, चले माप देने दर्जी को, संग में हथनी रानी है.
To the Musaharis, for their labor in the fields, landlords don't pay money, just grain.
खेतन में मजदूरी करते हैं, तो आप लोग जो खेतन में आप लोगों को क्या क्या मिलता है, उसका पैसा मिलता है कि नहीं?
नहीं है, ये दाना 8 किलो मिलला, रोपाई सुपाई जब वो करीला साढ़ में तब मिलला. अब तो कहाँ जाए का करे.
Mayawati's father is one of the lakhs in Uttar Pradesh who work as laborers in Narendra Modi's Gujarat.
अभी कहाँ काम कर रहे हैं?
गुजरात गए हम.
गुजरात में कहाँ? सूरत में?
सूरत में, हाँ.
तो क्या करते हैं वहाँ जाके?
आम तोड़ा था, हो गए 2-3 महीना.
2-3 महीना पहले कितना पैसा दे गए थे?
1500 रुपया दे गए. हाँ.
अच्छा,
The two cases symbolize the classic tale of aspirations, politics and apathy. This settlement is one of the 300-odd Musahari bastis around Varanasi. They vote each election, but they haven't seen who they vote for and have got nothing in return for their vote. The usually silent bulb outside Kusum's home has been glowing for the last 1 week. It's election time. Proudly, she holds up her 1-month-old child who hasn't received basic life-saving inoculations.
कैसे गए थे अस्पताल?
सगाड़ी से अपने देवरा का सगाड़ी डालो वही सगाड़ी से गए।
सगड़ी गए? हाँ। एम्बुलेंस नहीं आया रहा?
नहीं।
हाँ?
Here there is no employment guarantee, no food security, no health mission, no right to education. 3 years ago, 23 students were expelled by the teachers. NGOs stepped in, teachers faced action. The students didn't go back to the schools. They work as child laborers. The Anganwadi staff, the Sarkari doctors, the revenue officials all ignore them. Here, the upper caste men are the law.
जो इनको दोना पत्तल देता है, जिसके यहाँ काम करते उनको खाना दिया जाता है, खाना भी इनको झूठा दिया जाता है, बचा हुआ खाना सुबह दिया जाता है।
Barely 25 kilometers away from the famous Kashi Vishwanath temple, holy river Ganga, and the mother of all political battles in election 2014 is this village where people have been living the perfect storm of abject poverty, absolute hopelessness and social discrimination. Like every 5 years, the local administration came to them and distributed these voters' slips. Because these are not citizens, these are not subjects of an indifferent political and social system. These are just voters. In Varanasi, with Rajesh Gupta, Rahul Srivastav for NDTV.
Thanks a lot, Rahul. Well, now let's move over to a constituency which is 100 kilometers away from Varanasi. If Varanasi is the epicenter of this election, Azamgarh is no different. It was from here where Mulayam Singh Yadav contested his second election in elections 2014, but that contest was mired in controversy because the BJP rival candidate Ramakant Yadav accused the local administration of helping Mulayam Singh Yadav in rigging polling booths. They said that polling percentages were as high as 50% within 4 hours of voting. They say that the Election Commission should take cognizance of it and act against Mulayam Singh Yadav. Let's take a look at this report.
Azamgarh voting under the shadow of an ominous warning. BJP candidate Ramakant Yadav declared, "Blood will flow and we will answer in kind." And with this war cry, the 4-time MP from Azamgarh took on Mulayam Singh Yadav. Once his mentor, now a challenger.
इनके तमाम मंत्री 2-3 दिन से पैसा बांट रहे हैं, आज भी लगे हुए हैं, और मैंने कई बार लिखा कि जो इनके कैबिनेट मंत्री या राज्य मंत्री या जो प्रमुख हैं, बूथों को लूटने का काम करेंगे सत्ता का दुरुपयोग करके। हम तमाम कई बार हमने कहा डीएम से, चुनाव आयोग से, एसएसपी से, लेकिन कोई सुनने को तैयार नहीं, सत्ता के दबाव में आकर के।
BJP claims EVMs in some polling booths crossed the 50% mark by 11 in the morning, courtesy rigging by the Samajwadi Party. In comparison, other areas recorded only 20%. While EC officials confirm the 50% figure, the administration says that disparities in morning polling percentages will be probed.
जो भी आरोप मिलते हैं उनको हम लोग सही से निराकरण करवा रहे हैं। स्थल पे मेरे ऑफिसर्स जा रहे हैं, हम लोग उसकी सबकी समीक्षा कर रहे हैं, और जहां कहीं कोई भी गलत है, भारत निर्वाचन आयोग के दिशा निर्देशों के अनुरूप कार्रवाई हो।
But locals claim it's the heat that caused the morning voting rush hour.
सवेरे भी धूप नहीं रहेगी, तकलीफ कम होगी, इसलिए हम आते हैं, सवेरे वोट डाल देंगे, फिर अभी एवरेज घट जाएगा, फिर शाम को हो जाएगा, जब वहीं धूप घटेगी तो वहीं हो जाएगा।
For the SP Supremo, this is the second time his fate will be tested. Mainpuri was always plan B for the Yadav patriarch, while it's winning Azamgarh that matters more. Here, Mulayam Singh Yadav is hoping to counter the Narendra Modi wave that's emanating from 100 kilometers away in Varanasi. Aiming for Yadav Muslim consolidation, Mulayam Singh wants to make Azamgarh his new home away from his dependable seat. With Hridesh Joshi in Azamgarh and Anand Zanane, Amitabh Revi, NDTV.